I'm a numbers guy, for sure. Being a math teacher, you kind of have to be. It's funny, only recently I've started identifying myself as a runner. I don't look at myself in the mirror and think I'm an inspiration. I never thought I'd become this. If you were to tell like the high school me, like, you know, I was gonna be a high school math teacher, I probably would have been like, you gotta be kidding me, there's no way. I was growing up in Northern California and I was one of few Asians in the school. I think it was 5th grade and we studied the Pearl Harbor bombing. That was the first time in my life I felt different. People were kind of looking at me different. I was a pretty good math student, which is very stereotypical for a Japanese person. And so I told myself, I'm gonna identify differently. I didn't wanna stand out. Fast forward to college, and when I realized this, I was upset with myself. But then also I felt that if I was in the classroom, I can avoid this situation to help kids reach their full potential.
You ready for a review?
It was a powerful realization.
How was your test yesterday? How'd you do? What was your mile time? PR 6:30.
Yeah. Growing up, I guess it was a very stereotypical Asian household. Kind of strict and emotionally wasn't really much to talk about. It was all just kind of hidden away. Their childhood is completely different than mine. And they didn't really tell us they loved us or, you know, say how proud we were, but you felt it, obviously. And I'm definitely grateful I didn't go through what they did, but at the same time, I mean, learn from it and it shapes you to the person you are. My parents were very strong. I was raised by a strong woman. I try to raise my kids to be strong. I'm not a great communicator. I'm trying to get better and tell them proud of them, how much I love them. Hopefully they feel it, though, more than words.
Finally, Daddy made a shot.
We have a really cool family.
You know that 2 to the 4th is 16, right? That means then that you
The young ladies that influence with teaching, coaching, I want to make them strong, especially in the STEM field.
Sarah, what you need? 58. Anything else?
Bobby is an asset to the school because he works very hard with his students to help them understand and be successful with some of the most challenging math that they can do in high school. He's also a kind figure. He's a teacher that a lot of students connect with, both in their learning, but also as a human. He not only is teaching, but he also runs marathons and pushes other individuals so that they can have that experience. That speaks to someone who is driven by something bigger, driven by the desire to give back and to support other people.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Yeah. My wife kind of dared me into running my first marathon. Just over dinner, she just said, oh, you can't run a marathon. And I was like, oh, I can run a marathon. So that just kind of got me into running. Fast forward, when I met Chris, I was so nervous. I actually didn't call him. I didn't even talk to him. I just texted him. I just said, hey, thought about, you know, possibly if I could push you in the LA Marathon. And he texted back in a couple seconds, goes, hell yes. I am the legs and lungs, and he's definitely the heart of the team. He motivates me.
How you doing?
My man, Bobby.
When I was really into running with Chris, ultimate goal was to set the world record. I did not want to let him down. He is an overachiever just like me. I remember the first time we did intervals together, we did 12 400s, and I think at interval 10, I dry heaved. I had to push through because it's for a teammate. He understood what I needed.
It was very important for me to train with Bobby and not only show up on race day, because he is my teammate, and it is not just about the end result. The entire journey of training makes the end all worth it.
I really want to run 5 a.m. Well, 4 a.m. right now.
Woohoo!
Let's get this marathon, baby.
All of the training together were moments I was able to spend with Bobby, which was peaceful and joyous. Having a racing teammate equally as excited about running like Bobby was, reinvigorated him in ways he did not anticipate. It was pure bliss, and any pain was worth it. It was difficult for my voice to be loud enough at times for him to hear me. The things I was able to say loud enough and in one breath was, "Go Bobby." I would only use it when he was really laboring on the days with interval training. During the New York Marathon, we were strictly communicating with our telepathic abilities. So, he got lucky I could not heckle him.
Even though you're running with a chair, I think just to have him there for support or talking trash or whatever he wanted to do, that really helped. It was fun.
I felt like a pro athlete running out from the tunnel onto the field.
That's what I wanted to give you, so it's awesome. New York was such a huge high. The race was unbelievable. Can't describe it. I mean, it's great when you're running solo, but when you're pushing somebody, it's a whole nother level. The finish of New York, that was the last time we ran. And he told me that he couldn't run Boston. There was no purpose anymore. Not having the heart, not having your teammate there, to help you run it, that was tough. I remember going to that expo thinking to myself, like, why am I here? It's like, this was the goal that we had set for ourselves, and to be here by myself was just not right. I mean, it was tough. I mean, that was one of the toughest things I had to go through, and to be so uninspired to be there, but yet uninspired to run, it was like, it just didn't feel right, Yeah. But he still had such a positive mindset. Here he is with this disease, ALS, and he continues to fight. That's what I'll take from him, just being able to still keep going forward. Could I put myself out there again for someone else? Definitely would love to run for somebody. Give somebody the crowd support and the love that only New York can.
We have something for both of you.
Okay.
Hi Bobby, hi Chris. My name is Steve, and I've been struggling with ALS for over 2 years now. I would really appreciate it if you wanted to continue in Chris's legacy to consider me as a partner. Thank you.
Boom. Better get your butt training.
Do you want to step? Or it would be an honor to carry on this guy's legacy and what we've started and spread the awareness
Am I gonna put my butt in?
and give Steve the love he so richly deserves.
Am I bending? I was pretty gobsmacked when I was diagnosed with certainty that it was ALS. I was aware of this being terminal. This was a one-way trip. My muscles are disappearing, but to think about this type of event as a goal, it overshadows all of those things.
So yeah, we'll just take like a little loop. It's a 2-mile loop. We'll do a couple of those, get you acquainted. First one will probably be a little warm up, be a little slower. Second one will pick up the pace.
Wonderful.
See what you feel. How's that sound?
I like it. I find myself breathing with you. It's cool. To be able to feel like I can move among fully ambulatory people is fantastic. Additionally, I get people looking at me with admiration. I could see that they are inspired and their eyes meet mine. It isn't a look of pity, which sometimes I get, but with Bobby and we're running, never get that. Bobby, I can feel your desire and your drive and your emotion, and I pick it up.
Yeah. Woo. Good job. Woo. Yeah.
I enjoy your passion. I feel that it is absolutely a life-saving / life-extending gift that you have given to me.
He's a machine.
And I just want to say I love you.
Yeah. Good.
That's when you kind of realize how big this thing is, right?
I know.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Words can't describe how grateful I am for TCS and for this opportunity, and just being able to tell people how running has affected my life and how it's affected others. Hopefully I can inspire people to treat others, especially those with disabilities, as normal people.
I've never done this before, so it's kind of weird. Our life is so go, go, go. You with your stuff, mine with mine, and rarely do I get a chance to actually sit and think about what you're doing and what you've done. Even with me, you kind of keep everything inside. But to think about where this has led.
What do you teach?
I teach math, calculus,
Me too. Me too.
science.
I'm a calc and pre-calc teacher.
Oh, man, we're buds, aren't we, man?
brother.
And what you're actually doing.
Now I'm official.
You are. You are official. I met this guy in Berlin just waiting in line. He had an ALS shirt, so we just started talking.
Great.
And he lost his grandmother to ALS, and that's why he runs.
I'm excited.
All right.
The people, the crowds, it's just
I know.
something else. I'm doing it until there's a cure. I'm not stopping.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the fact that I told you 7 years ago that you couldn't even run a marathon, and look what it's led to. I can't believe where we are. God, look what we would have missed. Look what you would have missed.
There it is. Thank you.
This specific race has brought out something in you that I've never seen before, confidence. This is what you do. You adapt. You look at the positive. God, you are so positive.
Oh man, you're the hero, dude. You're the hero that gets me through it, man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very honored to have been selected for this platform and just to tell my story. My parents, I think they would be proud of me. How I've affected people, how I've inspired people. I think something they could be really proud of.
I love you, buddy.
My chair broke.
What?
At mile 8, after I saw you the first time.
Wow, 8, that's crazy, man.
I see the lineups.
I'll be a wreck for the first 10 miles watching your pace, but I love you and enjoy it. And I'll see you at the end.
Thanks, sir. 18 miles on a broken chair.
How did it break?
Well, I traced through in a corner, and I was like, what is going on? And then I lifted it up, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Like, I first thought it was one of these bolts that was loose. You know, so I had my wrench, not a big deal. But then, you know, there is no fixing this.
There was never a question about me feeling not safe. It was more my frustration of not being able to help or fix it.
My dad's gonna fix this thing with duct tape. I know for sure he could have. But you know, under the heat of the moment, I couldn't do the magic that he used to do. You know, I used to call him MacGyver. He used to fix stuff with duct tape and big gulp cups, and yeah, it was always awesome. You know, and it was kind of fitting that this kind of happened, and you know, something like that. I had to find a way because I know that was something that he always did. You know, he never complained. You know, when something broke or when something happened, he just found a way to get the job done, and I really did that for him.
When I get asked how I am able to remain positive, I don't have an exact answer. I can certainly say that I get tested more and more each day now. There is no better feeling than to get your heart racing. Just keep running until you know it's time.